my first contract over there was the most money I've ever made.
Even more than winning the titles?
Even all the titles, all the bonuses here in Australia, still just...
First year in the 250 over there.
Way more. And I'm 20 years old, you know?
Yeah, it's pretty hard to keep straight at that point.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and that was for 2 years. And you think it's going to last forever. That's the problem when you're young. You think it's just going to last forever.
Yeah, because you're just looking down here.
Yeah. And that's what, you realise it's when you're a little bit older. And I have said this to people before, but I remember that Ross McWaters, he used to be the team owner or the manager of Factory Cowie. And he told me at a young age that we're just like light bulbs and that eventually we'll start to flicker and they'll just unscrew us and put a new one in.
And I've never heard that.
So
good saying though, isn't it?
Yeah. And he told me this and I was like, what? Like, this is my first factory team. And then he told me the light bulb analogy, you know. So, and it's true though. It is very, very true. And especially at a young age, you know, you're in a foreign country, you're the dude with the accent, you know, so that is like shooting fish in a bucket some days. And then you've also, everyone wants to give you free shit all the time.
Yep.
Yeah, and lots of it because it's just the way that sponsors work over there versus how they work in Australia is completely different. Like I remember going with No Fear was like a gear company that I was with for a while.
Yeah.
I remember going around their factory with a shopping trolley and I had to grab another shopping trolley because the thing was just a mountain of gear. And that was just to get me through the next month.
Wow.
You know, and it was like that all the time. And
so the whole first few years of over there, it was just constant.
Yeah. And like the gear companies and the sponsors still do that anyway. You know, they look after the athletes really good over there. But you know, you're young. Everyone tells you how good you are. You're getting good money. You're getting all this free product. You can go where majority of places that you want. And it's always weird. Like the better you get or the more recognized you get, the less you have to pay for shit. You know.
Yep.
But if you're not careful, that will stop really, really quickly.
Yep.
You know, and sometimes it's not your fault. You might get injured or things doesn't work out or whatever. But as soon as that stops, it's really, really hard to process the fact that people just don't really want to know you anymore. And it's not because you got to realize you're not getting hired because you're a nice guy. You're hired to do a job.
Yeah.
And if you're not facilitating that job like you should be doing or that someone else can do, well, then you're that light bulb that's just been unscrewed, and then you're just sitting on the couch at home thinking, wonder what else I should do. You know what I mean? Like, it can happen really, really quickly.
So that turns into one of those other reality check moments, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It happens pretty quick.
Really, really quickly.